Hey guys, how we all doing? Thank you for joining me for some trig. Who's here? Let me know who's in the chat. I can see 7 or 8 of you. Just let me know who we got. Who's joining me for some trigonometry today? Hopefully there's not too much of a stream delay. I don't think there is. But as you come in, guys, just let me know who's there. Let me know how's life, what's been happening. I might sound like I have a blocked nose. I have like a cold right now. I'm trying not to sound too much like I'm speaking from my nose. Hey Mushtaba, what's up? And that's good actually, that just means I know that the chat is working, which is great. Hey MH. Uh did I message you back on Instagram, MH, about the AS math stuff? Because I'm we doing using you didn't. Okay. I'll make a note to get that done. Sorry about that. I'll message you back once this is done. Um, hey Lamia, because MH, the way the AS course is being done is slightly changing. Yeah. But I will update you. Yeah. I'll explain a bit more on this as well. Like we hang about at the end. I'll do a Q&A as well, so you can ask me. Yeah. Hey Ashley. Hey Nabila. Oh wait, is it Mohammed? But your YouTube name is Nabila. Is that right? Is that always? Hey Amira. Thanks for joining. Guys, if you can hit the like button as well, it helps me out so much as well. Um, I'll be very grateful if you guys could hit the like button. Make sure you subscribed as well, because then you get full updates on my streams. Because anyone who's subscribed at the moment gets a notification. Click the notification button, so then you're fully up to date with when I do all these free streams. So just make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button, and I'm going to talk about all the other places that you can know exactly what I'm getting up to, so that you get the full experience with me. Yeah. Oh, sister's account. All right, Mohammed. I'll try and remember that Nabila is Mohammed's account rather than it's your sister. Wagwan, Kavian. Yes, that's how we introduce ourselves in London, right? We say Wagwan. I don't think we say hello anymore. I think one day, when you go to job interviews, you're not going to say hello and shake hands. You're going to say Wagwan and you're going to fist bump each other. I think that's the future of formal interviews, is to say Wagwan and fist bump. So if you lot don't know already, I'm from Northwest London, so I grew up in a place called Burnt Oak. So if any of you lot know Burnt Oak, this is how we introduced each other. Um, hello, Elam. Uh, but yeah, we'll get started in a second. Just making sure that big up Burnt Oak, exactly. Putting Burnt Oak on the map. So over 20 of us here, which is great. Any newcomers, just say hello. Let me know who's here. And please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Obviously, you want to be as up to date with everything I'm doing in terms of the free streams that I do on YouTube. So if you're subscribed, obviously you'll get all of that notifications. You want to make sure you're fully up to date, right? Because I want the best. I want you guys to get the best experience possible. I want you guys to smash your exams. So make sure you're subbed and hit the like button. Brixton Bullies. Hey Temmie. I Nejat. Ilan, what does that mean? I Nejat. Unfortunately, I don't understand what that means. All right, I'm gonna start in like 30 seconds, we'll say. But hey, everyone who's coming through now, I can see the viewer count is going up. As you join, please drop me a comment. Let me know who's there. We're going to be hopefully engaging with each other a lot in this stream. It'll be a fun stream. Yeah, we're going to learn a lot. And, yeah, the main thing is we're going to have fun. Yeah, we want to learn and we want to have fun. Okay, I think we will get started. Is this year 13? So, Lamia, this here is like looking at how we, at a very basic level, solve any trig equation. With my year 13 full course, we've already done trigonometry, but the foundations to all of that is based on this. So I basically lay out how you can solve any single equation. As you can see from the title, I've written allow cast diagrams. Now, this is a common thing with all my students. I always say allow cast diagrams. Guys, in the comments, let me know who uses cast diagrams when solving. I actually want to get to know how many of you use cast diagrams when solving. And then we're going to get started. You can say a quick me or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I like to know who likes to use cast diagrams or who has been taught cast diagrams in school, because I'm a bit wishy-washy with cast diagrams. I'm not a huge... Okay, Lemia, that's good. A few of you have said no. Okay. Hey, Deb, you've used cast diagrams. That's fine. I'm going to show you a different way, and hopefully you vibe with this way more. Yeah? All right. I think we'll get started. So, thank you guys for joining me again. Is there going to be... so, Temi, this isn't going to address year 13 content. For all of that, if you need more information on my year 13 course, then stay till the end and we can talk about the year 13 course. Yeah. No, Mohammed, see, I remembered you've been taught, but I just used the plus 360 and graphs. Okay, cool. Not gonna lie, I don't know what that is. MH, good. That's fine. Oh, Nejat. Okay, fine. I see. All right, so let's make a start then. So before, a lot of you know who I am, because you've come from my socials and stuff like that. But for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm going to enlarge myself for a second. Hey, look, check my big head. But, who am I? If you don't know already, and this is your first ever stream with me, well, my name is Neil. Hello, you see from my channel name. Well, I'm a fully qualified teacher, and I have over 7 years of experience. I've previously been the head of A-level maths in multiple schools, particularly Northwest London. You lot know, as we already discussed, that I'm from Northwest London, Burnt Oak. Shout out to the Burnt Oak people. But yeah, I've been the head of A-level maths for multiple years in multiple schools. At university, I got my first class honours in maths from UCL. And most importantly, in terms of my A-levels, my geekiness began when I was your age, and I did my maths A level 1 year early. So in year 12, I was doing the year 13 content, and regardless, I still got my A star in maths. Then I got my A star in further maths as well. I also did chemistry and economics, got A's in those. Excuse me, I've got like a cold at the moment, but I have to cough it up a little bit sometimes. I also did something called the Advanced Extension Award. It's not really taken that much nowadays, but think of it as like the UKMT or the Senior Maths Challenge for A-level students. And only the top A-level students in the country take it. And I got a distinction in that, placing me in as one of the top mathematicians in the country at that time. And another key one is I'm an Edexcel examiner, and I still am, meaning when you guys do your papers, I don't know, maybe I'll end up marking your papers, we'll see. So that's just a quick background as to who I am. So I want to be your maths teacher for the rest of the year, and I want you to put your trust in me. And here, hopefully, I am showing you that I have the right credentials to do that. Now, hey Salma, of course. Now, what can you do as well on top of this is, if you go into the description, make sure you follow me on my different social media accounts. Now, there's three that's really important that you do follow me on. Obviously, right now, you guys should be subscribed to my YouTube channel, and please hit the like button. Like I said, it helps me out so much. The more you hit that like button, the more outreach I have, the more students that will benefit from my work. And the other streams that you want to follow me on is Discord. Now, if you click the link tree and join my Discord, I'm going to be sharing very soon free resources on a daily basis. And what those resources are in the forms of 3 questions a day that are skills-based questions. I'll be sharing revision sheets based on the lectures that I hold in my full course. So for example, for year 13, I hold 2 lectures a week. I'll be uploading revision resources for both of those lectures. You'll get all of that for free. So all you need to do is click my link tree and join my Discord. Also, you want to follow me on Instagram, because on Instagram, I do lots of giveaways and I upload really interesting content about my daily life and stuff like that. So make sure you're hitting me up on Instagram. And finally, TikTok. TikTok, I upload, a variety of stuff. I upload funny videos, I upload gym stuff, and I also do maths questions as well. So, sorry. Please make sure you follow me on all of those social media accounts. Cooper, do you think it's possible to do all of maths A-level in a year? The answer is yes. It depends how committed you are. Most further mathematicians do the normal maths course in 1 year, and then they use year 13 to learn all of further maths. So it depends what your work ethic's like. With further mathematicians, they have like 8 lessons per week. So yeah, you can. In my full course, with the year 13s, we basically learn the whole of year 13 in half a year. Then we spend the other half of the year doing the revision on year 12 and year 13. So yeah, you can absolutely do it all in 1 year. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, make sure you just put them in the comments. Now, one thing I want to do is on my Instagram, I want to upload a story of you guys in the comments basically going nuts. Yeah, so you could put whatever you want. You could put your favorite number in the chat. You can, I don't know, put your favorite letter in the chat. You could say wagwan. You could everyone, like Kavian was saying in the beginning. So I just want you guys to go nuts in the chat for like 20 seconds, and I'm going to upload it to my Instagram story. So I'm going to do a countdown, but there is obviously a stream delay. So get ready. I'm going to count down slowly just for your, oh, look, you lot already started. Okay, wait. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right, go nuts. And it's going to go on my Instagram story. All right, go. Put your favorite sign, your favorite letter. Just go nuts. You can keep posting. Put the wagwans in there. Put allow cast. Get it all down. 32. Get the allow cast diagrams in there as well. Square root 10. Allow cast. There we go. A-level maths. All right, nice. Okay. Oh, you lot are getting the allow cast. Put them in. I'm remembering that there's a stream delay. Okay. I am ending it in 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys, you're sick. I love this. Okay, so make sure you go on Instagram and check the story. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. This is where we do the funny stuff, yeah? All right, so let's make a start on what you guys are here for. I'm going to zoom out. So, trig identities. I'm only going to go through the basic ones that you need to know from year 12. And, the way I generally teach, in any course I do, is I want you to understand where things come from. So the trig identities that you need to know that are very important all come from a unit circle. Now, what is a unit circle? Unit meaning one. So a circle of radius 1. Now, here's a circle I've drawn. And what I've done is I've put a triangle inside that circle. Now, because the triangle starts from the center and ends at the circumference, the length of that is 1 because I've said the radius is 1. Now, within this triangle, we can do some very cool things. You know from your GCSE and year 7 and stuff like that, that sine of any angle is the opposite divided by the hypotenuse. So, how can I do that within this triangle? Basically, we would like to work out what these lengths are in this triangle, these missing lengths. I'm going to call this one X, call this one Y, yeah? Say I want to work out what this X value is. I know X is the opposite to the angle, and 1 is the hypotenuse. So what I could say is, sine of theta in this case is the opposite length, X, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 1. Now, X over 1 is just X, right? So we have sine theta is X over 1, which is just X. So this opposite side here is just sine theta. Now, by similar argument, I can do cosine. Cosine of theta is the adjacent side, Y, divided by the hypotenuse, 1. Well, that means cos theta is Y divided by 1, which is just Y. So this adjacent side is cos theta. So at the moment, we have a triangle that looks like this. We have theta, we have 1, we have sine theta, and we have cos theta. Now guys, in a right angled triangle, which thing links all three sides together? And you could just say what the name is, or you could write down the formula. What thing links all three sides together in a right angled triangle? Pythagoras, good, Temi. So applying Pythagoras to here, we're going to say the two shorter sides squared equals the longer side squared. So what we're left with is cos squared theta. Yeah, when you square cos theta, we say cos squared theta, plus sine squared theta is 1 squared. And this is the first very important identity that we need to remember. Good MH and good prank stoma. Nice name. Now the last thing we can do is we can talk about tan. We know tan is the opposite length divided by the adjacent. Now the opposite length here is sine theta, and the adjacent length is cos theta. And this is the other identity that we need to know. So there's only two in AS level maths, that is all we're going to discuss today because we don't have as much time, that you need to know. And this is where they come from, yeah? Sine squared plus cos squared is 1. Tan is sine over cos, and I've just proved where they come from, yeah? If you have any questions, guys, just put in the comments, yeah? Now, because today I'm only focusing on the most basic solving techniques, you know, this is the first of the 3 streams that I'm going to be doing throughout the year. Like I said, guys, make sure you're subscribed and put notifications on so that you know exactly when I do these streams, yeah? And that's the best way, really, because you want to keep up to date with when I'm doing these, yeah? And make sure you hit the like button as well. Like I said, it helps me out a lot. So thank you, guys. So I'm going to show you exactly how you solve at a very basic level sine, cos, and tan. A lot of people use cast diagrams, graphs, that kind of stuff. I'm going to give you a very simple way to do these. So find all values of x in the interval between 0 and 360 such that sine x equals 1/2. We call the second one Tesco. I've never heard of that one before. Tesco. That's quite good. I like that. Thanks for sharing that. um, so solving for x, we know the first thing we would do is inverse sine. So it's like GCSE. You know, when you do sine rule, you get sine of x equals a number. We do inverse sine to get the first number. So x is inverse sine of a half. Now, lucky for you guys, I actually have a calculator that I can put on screen. So we do inverse sine of a half, 30 degrees. Yeah, so we got 30 degrees here. Now this is where I want you guys to start laying this out. I'm basically going to show you, as an examiner, exactly what I want to see. And we'll keep it like this. Anything that I want to see in your exam will be in purple. Anything I don't want to see, I'm going to do in red. But it's good for your knowledge to see what's in red. Now, I'm going to draw the graph of the sine graph, but you do not need to do this in the exam. So here's the sine graph between 0 and 360. Now, what we've done is we've said, if we have a half, the first value that we find is 30. We call that the primary value, the PV. But we can see that we could keep going across, and there's another value. And the question is, what is that value? Well, we know for the sine graph, this point here is 180, and we use symmetry. There's symmetry about 90 degrees for the sine graph, and using that symmetry, the primary value is 30 degrees in from 0. So what do you guys think you need to do to get the secondary value over here? What would we have to do using symmetry to get the secondary value? 180 minus 30. Good. You lot are rapid. Chantage. Did I say that right? Hopefully I did. Good, Temi. Good, Prankstoma. We do 180 minus. And that's 150. This is what I want you to do every single time. You do not need to draw the graph anymore. After you've done inverse sine, you do 180, take away the first value to get the secondary value. Yeah? And because it's between 0 and 360, from the diagram we can see that there's no other values. Yeah? So in this case, our only two solutions are 30 and 150. This we don't need to do. Which then comes to my next point of this cast diagram. If you have never seen the cast diagram before, you just close your ears. Don't close the stream. Just close your ears for a second. The cast diagram looks like this. The cast diagram is being used very badly because what a lot of teachers don't understand is that all the cast diagram was made for is for us to see where functions are positive and negative. That's all. So between 0 and 90 degrees, all functions are positive. Between 90 and 180 degrees, only the sine graph is positive. You can see that here. Look, between 90 and 180, the sine graph is above the x-axis. Between 180 and 270, only the tan graph is positive. Then back to 360, only the cosine graph is positive. There's been a big misconception here of using cast diagrams to solve. And it kind of looks like, if this is 30 degrees, you know, you do inverse sine. And then you say, okay, well, where else would it be positive? And you say, oh, it'll be here. And then it's like, okay, well, the graphs cycle every 360. So you start drawing diagrams like this. Anyone who's used cast diagrams can kind of vibe with this. It's just horrible. Please do not do it. When I mark papers and I see that, I think, poor student, they've not been taught very well. Everything that I have done here is all you need to do. That's it. Yeah, really simple. So, allow cast, exactly, Omid. So, this is going to be a running theme. When you lot keep doing lessons with me, I always want to start off the stream with you lot saying allow cast, yeah? All right, how do we do it with tan? First thing we do inverse tan. We do inverse tan of the number 1. Okay, should give you 45, but I'll do it in the calculator anyway. Inverse tan of 1, 45. Now the next question is, okay, well, once we have the primary value, when we're dealing with tan, how do we work out the secondary value? All right, let's do the graph. Remember, I'm only going to show you guys the graph once because you don't need the graph in your solutions to any question. The tan graph looks like this. You do need to know what the graph looks like. But there's your tan graph. Now, good Chantage, you got it right. But we've got 1 here. We go across and we can see 45 degrees. But we could have kept going. There's another solution here. Here's 180. The question is, how do we work out that secondary value? That's our primary value. How do we work out, oh, it's over here, that secondary value? Whoa. 45 degrees is in from 0. Now the tan graph repeats every 180 degrees. So we go in 45 degrees from 180. And is always the same. Yeah, you do not need to draw this graph. It is always the same that you do the 180 plus the primary value to get the secondary value. So 180 plus the primary value. 180 plus 45 is 225. And then we can see between 0 and 360 there's no other solutions. So our only answers are 45 and 225. I'm going to do one example today where what do we do when one of the values is not in the range? Maybe one value is not between 0 and 360. It's a very easy fix. We'll deal with that in a second. So to summarize at the moment, for sine, you do 180 minus the primary value, for tan 180 plus the primary value, which leaves us with cosine. What do we do with cosine? First thing we do is inverse. So we're going to say x is inverse cos of 1 over root 2. Now again, this should give us 45, but we'll confirm it. 1 over root 2. There we go. Remember, that's our primary value. Okay, let's do a sketch of the cosine graph. So cosine graph starts from 1, goes down, oh, comes back up, like that, 0, 360. Now 1 over root 2 is about here. We go across. We see our 45 degrees, that's our primary value. But we could keep going across, right? So keep going across. Now for the cosine graph, there's symmetry about 180 degrees. So where we go in 45 degrees from 0, like that, using the symmetry on the other side, we go in 300, we go in from 360. So our secondary value, we would just do 360 minus 45. Like I said, guys, it's the same every single time. So all you would do, once you've done inverse cos of 45, you do 360 minus the primary value to get your secondary value. And in this case, it would be 360 minus 45, which is 315 degrees. So our two solutions here are 45 and 315. And that's all it is, yeah? I'm going to do a couple of practice questions. To summarize, for sine, we do 180 minus. For tan, 180 plus. For cos, 360 minus. Yeah? So here's a different question. Find the values of x in the interval between 0 and 360 such that. minus 2 sine x equals 5 cos x. Now the problem with this question is that we have sine and cosine mixed up. When we solve, we want to make sure that it is either sine, cos, or tan. So there's an easy way to deal with this. In year 13, there's slightly different kind of questions, but this is a traditional year 12 question. What we need to use to convert everything into either sine, cos, or tan is we know that tan is sine over cos. So what I can do on both sides is I can divide both sides by cos x. Because when I do that, on the right side, you can see the cos x's disappear, and we have 5 equals minus 2. Then we have sine x over cos x, which is tan x. And then from there, we can solve. So we can divide by minus 2 on both sides, that we have tan, right? So we have tan x is 5 divided by minus 2, or we could just say minus 5 over 2. Now, we follow the exact same rules. Step 1, we do inverse tan. X is inverse tan. Let's put that in. So tan, inverse tan of minus 5 over 2. So minus 68.19. I'll keep that in the calculator screen for now. Dot, dot, dot. That's our primary value. Now, you may notice that this number is not in the range. The range is between 0 and 360. It doesn't matter, you lot. We do 180 plus to get the secondary value. Remember we said for tan, you do 180 plus to get the secondary value. So 180 plus the primary value. In our calculator, we could just do 180 plus the answer, which is 111.80. 111.8014 dot dot dot. That's our secondary value. Now, I'm adding one more layer onto this. What do you do when there are values which are not in the range, but we know that there is some values in the range that are missing? There's a very simple way to deal with that. The sine, cosine, and tan graphs cycle every 360 degrees. So that primary value, which is not in the range, all you need to do is add 360 degrees to find the equivalent value in the range. Now I'll show you on a diagram what's going on. So again, anything in red, you don't need to do in the exam. But there's your tan graph between 0 and 360. But also I'm going to go between 90 and 360. Minus 5 over 2 is here. And what we did was we worked out that this is minus 68 degrees. Yeah, this PV. When we did 180 plus, we found the secondary value here, which was 111.8. All we are doing now to find the other value in the range is we are adding 360 to find that one, because you can keep going. Yeah. Now this value does not have a name. We could call it a tertiary value, but it doesn't actually have a name. So the steps to success: we find the primary value, secondary value, then you add or minus 360 to find all the other values in the range, because they cycle every 360. So this minus 68.198 dot dot dot, we add 360, and I have lost the number, but minus 68.198. We'll round it to 1 decimal place. And you can see that is in the range. Therefore, our answer is the 111.8 and the 291.8. Yeah? So very simple, guys. I'm going to repeat again. Primary value, you just do inverse tan, sine, or cos. To work out the secondary value for Sine, you do 180 minus. For tan, you do 180 plus. For cos, 360 minus. Then you added minus 360 to find all the other values in the range. It's very simple. Ain't no cast diagram being drawn. The diagram there is just for your first visuals. But as we go along, in my next free lecture, I'm not going to be doing those diagrams. Yeah? One more question. Find all the values of theta, that should be theta, in the interval between minus 180 and 180, such that bracket 1 plus tan theta, bracket 5 sine theta minus 2 equals 0. That is a great question because it's already in the factorized form. Now we know when brackets are factorized and it equals 0, either this bracket equals 0 or this bracket equals 0. Yeah? Just like if you guys had this. You'd either say x plus 1 is 0 or x minus 2 equals 0. So in this case, we'd have 1 plus tan theta equals 0 or 5 sine theta minus 2 equals 0. So here, tan theta equals minus 1. And here, you move the minus 2 over to make it 2. And then you divide by 5. So sine theta is 2/5. Now we do the same thing. So we're going to say theta is inverse tan of minus 1. Calculator. Inverse tan of minus 1. It should give us minus 45. Now that's our primary value. Minus 45 is our primary value. Remember what we said. 180 plus the primary value is the secondary value for tan. 180 plus minus 45, well, the plus minus just makes it minus. 180 minus 45 would be 135. Now remember what we just discussed. We have to see, are there other values in the range? Now, interestingly, look at my range. It's between minus 180 and 180. Minus 45 is in there, and 135 is in there. So that's okay. The only thing you have to think about is, can I add or minus 360? Now, to minus 45, you definitely can't. Even 135, you definitely can't add 360 because that's going to be more than 180. If you minus 360 to it, it's too small. So that comes out of the range. So the only two values are minus 45 and 135. Now we can do sine. Theta would then be inverse sine of 2/5, which here, inverse sine of 2/5. So that is in the range. That's all good. 23 point, we'll say, I'll just say 578 dot dot dot. Now for sine, what do? We do 180 minus the primary value to get the secondary value. So we have 156.42. Dot dot. Now that's our primary and that's our secondary. They are both in the range. And we don't need to add or minus 360. So our four solutions are minus 45, 135, 23.6, we'll say, 156.4. That's it, you lot. You don't need to draw any diagrams. This is all I would want to see when I'm marking your paper. No exam paper credits you for graphs in solving. It never credits you for cast diagrams, which cast diagrams are useless anyway. So this is how we solve. So in summary, what have we said? To solve trig equations, we follow these rules in order. Apply the inverse function. Let me move the calculator as well. There you go. Apply the inverse function of either sine, cos, or tan. We call this the primary value. We find the secondary value by applying the following rules. For sine, we do 180 minus. For cosine, we do 360 minus. And for tan, 180 plus. Then the final step is we add or subtract 360 to find other values in the range. Remember, a few times the primary value is not even in the range, like the tan one. Cool. So, guys, if this helped you, yeah, in terms of change the way you're going to start solving, please hit the like button. You know, it helps me out so much. Make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be doing another free stream where I'm going to build on this knowledge. I'm going to do questions where you need to modify the range and all that kind of stuff. Now, another point is that, you know, these free streams are just kind of like teasers. Yeah, so it's not the full course. So what I do offer is, you know, my full mathematical course. I'm just going to hide myself for a second. I have my full course where in that will be the full, you know, lectures and all of my exam questions. So very briefly, in my full course, you have weekly lessons. They're all 2 hours long rather than the half an hour of teaching that we've just done. Year 13s have 2 lectures per week. For every single week and every single lecture, I have incredible materials in terms of workbooks for you, where you can follow along my lectures, so you don't need to copy any questions down. It's all just there for you. There's also homeworks. I have online homeworks where they're all multiple choice. And once you unlock and finish my homeworks, you get detailed video solutions for everything. So that way, you know exactly where you've gone wrong. So the homeworks will tell you there and then which questions you got correct and incorrect. Then I have video solutions for every single question so that you know exactly where you are correct or incorrect. Now, on top of all that, on my platform is where you're going to have access to all my lessons as well. So all the lectures that I hold will be uploaded onto my platform so you can watch it back whenever you want. So if we do a lecture today, before your exams in May, you can come back and re-watch it. So it's all stored there for you. My homeworks will be all there for you, and all my video solutions will be there for you as well. On top of that, I offer mentors. Now, a lot of these mentors are my old students, so you get the same feedback as what I would be giving you as well, and they're there to answer all of your questions anytime during the day. So really useful resource, and we use Discord for that. And the mentors also post questions for you, and they can answer questions about university, because a lot of them are going to like UCL, City University, Queen Mary, stuff like that. So if you have any questions about university, you can use them to your advantage. Now, how much does it cost? You know, the main purpose of what we're trying to do here, or what I'm trying to do, is to provide the best overall package of education in terms of teaching, homeworks, mentors, and video solutions for something that is really cheap. So something that costs, like, you know, depending on your engagement, around £3 per hour. And a lot of you will have had traditional tuition, which, you know, in London can be really pricey. Like on average, you're talking about £50 per hour. For hiring someone like me as a fully qualified teacher, you know, EdXL examiner, and the years of experience that I've had, the general going rate for someone of my skill would be over £100 an hour. But here I'm offering it at something that's really affordable. Now, there's different packages. So you've got the pro package, which is the one that includes the mentors and stuff. But then depending on what you want, there's a package for you, basically. Now, we're in October, so the October course, I am going to be closing that off by the end of this week, because then it becomes a bit pointless for you to keep joining, because most of the content would have been done. So if you do want to join my October course for year 13, then you're definitely going to want to get in contact with me ASAP. But I am offering 50% off your first month for any monthly package. Yeah, and I'll explain how to do that. All you need to do is in the description, you have a link to my WhatsApp, and all you need to do is send me the code word START. Yeah, so START. If you send it, you can send it to me on Instagram as well. So send me the code word START on WhatsApp or on Instagram DMs, and I can send you the details on how you can get 50% off my monthly package. And I can also give you more details about any other of my courses, or if you have any other questions. Now, I'm here to hang about, so if you have any questions in the chat, please put them in. I'm happy to answer your questions. But otherwise, guys, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube, because I am going to be hosting other teaser sessions like this one, where I'm going to be building on that knowledge. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to me. Make sure you turn notifications on and hit the like button, because as I said, I'm very grateful. When you do hit the like button, it's great for the YouTube algorithm. It helps me out so much. But otherwise, guys, put some questions in the chat if you have any questions. So the Discord, if you want to join my Discord, like I said at the beginning, if you want the free resources that I'm going to be posting out very soon, in terms of the free questions, I'm going to be uploading a document that's called the 3 a day. And that 3 a day is going to be testing your mostly year 12 knowledge, and then it's going to progress through with the year 13 content that I do. That's going to be completely free. And also my revision cards based on what I teach in my year 13 lessons. If you want all of that completely free, join my Discord, and the way to do that is on the link tree in my description. Click that, click the link for the Discord and join, and you can have all of that free. So yeah, that's how you join the Discord. Thanks for your question, Omid. But yeah, guys, otherwise, if you don't have any questions, just say peace out, and I'll see you in my next lecture, hopefully. But yeah, I don't know if anyone has any more questions about anything. I'll give you guys a second to maybe post any questions if you have them. But if not, then the best way to get in contact with me is to message me on WhatsApp, or yeah, WhatsApp or Instagram would be the best. I'm gonna let you know on WhatsApp. Okay, Mohammed. See, I remembered Mohammed, not Nabila, your sister. So I got good memory. This is what it's all about being a mathematician, right? So yeah, hit me up on WhatsApp, and I'll happily answer your questions. I'll give you about a minute, guys. If you have any questions, I'll do a countdown. I'm a mathematician like that, so I'll put a 1 minute timer. If you have any more questions, you can just put in there, or if you're more comfortable communicating with me on WhatsApp or Instagram DMs, I'm happy to just chat to you there. So if you don't want it to be a public thing. But yeah, like I said, if you are leaving, you can say bye, and I'll see you guys in the next stream, which I should be doing in a week's time, where we'll be building up on this knowledge. This cold is really annoying. Okay, I think everyone's happy then. It's been about a minute, so all right, guys. I think we'll leave it there then. It's been great interacting with you lot, and I'll see you guys in my next free stream. I'll catch you guys later. Have a nice rest of your evening. Peace.